Hello Sunshine, this is Joy from Michigan in the US, and today I am going to do a ring pour in the same colors, guys, that I've just been stuck on lately. Oops, a little, okay, I guess that's just gonna stay. There's a little knob in my canvas that I'm not loving, but I'll ignore it. So, same colors I've been trying to get the perfect pour with. I love these colors together, but they all are drying just slightly differently. I'm hoping that my next video I'll be able to show you what they've all dried like, and then I have one that dried very, very poorly that I'm going to re-pour, and I'll talk about the mistakes I made, and then re-pour it, and hopefully it comes out just as lovely as it did when it went into storage to dry, rather than when it came out looking a mess. So, be watching for that. I'm hoping one more video will give all of my paintings enough time to dry. So, oh my goodness, my little squeeze tubes are new, this one especially, and they can be hard to get the cap off when they're new. So I'm using Lime Green by Liquitex, Violet by Master's Touch, that same violet with just a little bit of white in it to give us a lighter tone, Rouge by Master's Touch, which is similar to a Liquitex Quinacridone Magenta, black plus silver, a little bit of gold, maybe some titanium white, and then this is my custom mix of phthalo blue plus silver. I've also taken my Liquitex iridescent medium, which I really love, and I've added that to both my white and a little bit of lime green. Once this is gone, we'll be using lime green without the iridescent medium, but I think that'll add some really lovely effects. So, ring pour, I'm thinking maybe wrecked, but maybe not. We'll see. We're going to start with lime green, which, if you've been watching my latest videos, you know I'm just in love with this color. It doesn't seem to stay, it's a transparent paint, so that's part of the issue. So when it dries, sometimes it tends to disappear. So I'm thinking about possibly going in once it's dry and adding that lime green back in, based on the photos I've taken of it right after pouring it, if that makes sense. All right, we're gonna throw just a little bit of gold in, which will give us some lovely cells. I don't want too much because I don't want it to take over. I want just enough to give me that pretty metallic effect. We'll go to magenta, which my magenta is just mixed with Floetrol. Some of these have a little bit of GAC in them. And I've noticed it looks very light compared to what I think it will dry as. So keep that in mind if you do something similar. Love my violet. Which I'm not usually a purple person, but I have just been stuck on this color combo for a very long time. I am going to, this is just going to take me a minute, guys, sorry, but I'm going to put this in a cup so I can collect the last little bit of paint that I have in there. All right, so let's put on some black, which hopefully will give us a nice contrast, plus it's a metallic, so hopefully that will do some nice things for us, except we've got a clump right there. Oh goodness, it doesn't want to come off my skewer. Okay. I try to catch those before they go all the way into the cup. Our metallic blue, which this bottle is kind of hard to pour from, but. And I do want my cup to be nearly full. This is a 9-ounce cup, and I need 7 ounces of paint, so I will probably fill it nearly, if not all the way to the top, just to make sure I have enough paint. I don't want to overstretch, which is what I did in one of my recent videos. All right, I have a specific color order written down. That's why I'm pausing in between colors, because I have to check my list and see what should be next. I'm trying to go a little heavier handed with my magenta, because it does seem to have disappeared in several of my paintings. Right. So now I've passed my list of what colors should go next, so I'm just winging it, winging a prayer. Let's see if I can get the last of this. It's always so scary to open it for fear it's just going to squirt everywhere. This is such a lovely shade of purple. All right. Then let's use up this iridescent white. So I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe, finding things to do that make you happy. Art makes me happy, so that's why I create these videos. It's to keep me moving forward on my art journey, because I can come up with every excuse in the book to not do this, but I think it's very important for me to do it. So so thank you for joining me on my art journey. If you've not already subscribed, I'd love it if you just hit that subscribe button. If you have already, thank you guys so much. I'm up to 165-ish last I checked, so thank you. I have lots of new followers and that makes me happy. All right, I'm gonna give you a close-up of the cup. Isn't that pretty? We'll see what we get. This is a 14-inch, I should have said this earlier, 14-inch square canvas, and it is the deeper canvas, so it's 1.5 inches versus the little 1-inch ones. All right, I think that's all the information that you have to have. I'm gonna go as slow as I can and as low as I can. So the higher up you hold your paint cup, the more likely it is to mix the colors. Ooh, look at that lovely gold in there. That's pretty. Although I'm getting kind of wonky rings here, so hopefully I can kind of get my circular hand movement under control here. And you could change direction. I would like to put one of these on my little spinner and spin it while I'm doing this, but I've found moving my wrist, I just tend to mess up the rings, so I'm not gonna do that this time. Is that lovely? Oh, there was a clump, so we're gonna watch for that clump because it will definitely mess up our lines. There's some gold in there, some iridescence I can see in that white, which is lovely. And we're almost to the, there it is, lime green. I don't know why that color's just been so lovely to me. It's just made me happy lately. I've always said green is my favorite color, but I tend to lean towards blues more frequently than greens, as much as I like green. So hard to get this to stop on a dime. Here we go. I did it without dripping. Yay. Okay. I'm going to use an embossing gun to pop any air bubbles we might have. Trying to blow the paint just a little bit so I can tell where that clump went, but I'm not seeing it, so. I I am going to add flow extender because I love what's happening on this edge here and I really don't want to lose that. So what you can do is you can lay down whatever color you want, really. I often use white, so that the paint will roll over the white rather than rolling over itself, so that you don't lose all the prettiness that you just poured. Oh, there's a clump. Okay, I have kind of a wonky palette knife because I brought this to do the wrecking, not to do spreading, so we'll see how that works. All right. So eventually I've got to move on to another color palette besides my purple and lime green. Let me know what you think I should try. I feel like I've kind of got stuck on this one. But hopefully I get stuck because I'm creating something pretty that makes me happy, right? Here's hoping. It has been, it's been rough lately, guys. I hope you all are finding ways to stay at peace. I'm trying not to take on the stress of the world right now. So much going on. I'm not real great at that. Still working on it. All right, here we go. Really hope that that prevents. I really love there. I can tell when I stretch this, there's going to be some really lovely effects on this side. So I'm going to tip that way first. In theory, that will cause those lines to open up a lot when we come back the other way. So it'll show all the lovely effects we have going on there. So when you do your tilting, try to take your time. There's no rush. The paint's not going to dry for quite a while. I feel like my white in the middle disappeared, which is kind of interesting. I don't usually have that. And I'm trying to watch very carefully for wherever that lump went. And I think I see it. I think. Oh, I hate to stick my thing in here and be wrong. Nope, there it is. Perfect. So if that had stayed in there, granted it messed up my lines a little bit, so I'm just gonna run my skewer through and try to clean it up just a little bit. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's certainly better than having the clump there. If you've watched my larger piece, my 10 by 20, it left a huge blob in the middle of my painting. It was very disappointing. So I try to watch carefully for that. You can always filter your paints before you pour with them. I'm not real good about that, so. All right, I am gonna let this go right over the edge there. And then I'm gonna come down here and do the same thing on this other edge. I'm kind of tempted to leave some lovely white space on there. So watching the weight of your paint as you tilt. You want to tilt from the middle when you can. It'll give you a better composition, in my opinion. I am by no means an expert, but that is my opinion. I'm really loving this. I am going to lose some of this loveliness over here that I like so well, but hopefully not too much. I didn't wreck my ring pour, guys, and I'm just now remembering that, so I guess that's that. All right, I am going to pour just a little bit more off this edge down here because I feel like I need to stretch out my lines just a little bit more, and this, to me, that was the most boring section. So let's tilt it back. You guys probably can't tell, but I have to stand on my tippy toes sometimes when I tip, which just makes me laugh because I'm sure I don't actually need to, but it just feels like you need to. Okay, let me set that down for a minute. Just trying to cover my corners with similar colored paint. You're probably not going to get anything exact, but we do what we can. I don't know what to do about these corners over here because there's just nothing there. We're not going to get rings for sure because I'd have to stretch it more, and I'm not sure I want to stretch it any further than I already have, and I've got a huge section over here. So before I mess anything up, I'm going to wash my hands, and then I will be right back with you guys after I finish fixing the edges. All right, guys, I am back with you. I think that I'm just going to take you down for a close-up and call this one good. I'm going to watch this lime green here. I really hope it stays. I hope it doesn't sink or have it, when it dries, the other colors that are under it show through so much that you lose that bright green. But because it's a transparent paint, I know that that may disappear, and I may, like I said, I may have to go in and just add some lime green with a paintbrush, which would be quite tedious, but I think it would add a lot to the piece. If we lose that lime green, I think we need that pop. So we shall see. I will let you know how it dries. Hopefully my next video, like I said, will be about how all of these different pours dried with these same colors, as well as the repour on the one that dried so poorly and what I did wrong on that one. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you on the next one.